I'm surprisingly late. Hello and welcome to Tiffany Unpacks in Oregon. On today's episode, we are going to be packing game box number 21. So, some of you have probably noticed that the background behind me, games are not super well organized. And that's because I'm not going to organize them really well until I have a dog that doesn't bark and until I have all the games unpacked. So that would be why. Speaking of not well organized. So in this box, we have a bunch of hexels right on top. If you don't know what hexels are, they're these plastic things that have magnets in them. So if you're playing, they're like rare earth magnets. There we go. So if you're playing a game that's hex-based, specifically they were designed for Settlers of Catan, and you hate that when you hit the board, like there's this big shift. Hexels solve that. The only issue with hexels is I opted for the DIY version where I build them all myself, and then I got like a ton of sets. So I have a bunch of hexels that still are not assembled. I also have some hexels that are assembled. It's just this weird hodgepodge of hexels. And I use them as filler apparently, so awesome. All right, moving on. Another filler, Play-Doh box, which all of its dividers were like a few boxes ago. Don't know where I put those. Hopefully I didn't throw them away. Play-Doh boxes are nice for certain games that you need extra storage solutions because you can customize the tray inserts. So my Caverna one, when I find my Caverna game, I will show you my setup in the Caverna game, which makes playing it a lot faster. So Play-Doh boxes, I really like them for that. Then, we just have more hexels down here. I believe hexels are just a little on the small side to play with the clips. I'm not sure, but if they work with the clips, we're gonna be playing with them with the clips. But I got them for Settlers of Catan. So Settlers of Catan is a game that I really enjoyed quite a number of years ago, and then I kind of got out of it. But then I discovered the Cities and Knights expansion, which is in my opinion the best and only expansion worth mentioning of Settlers of Catan. And so not only is this have Cities and Knight in it, this actually has all of my Settlers of Catan. So it has everything you need in it, really poorly organized, to play Settlers of Catan. So even up to 6 players, which I don't know why you would do that, but I was hopeful back then. I didn't know better. So this box has no insert and is overflowing with all the things required to play Settlers of Catan Cities and Knights, which is a game I do enjoy, and I hopefully will get Steve to play. But he's only ever played Settlers of Catan once, and we played the Star Trek edition, and it was not a good experience for anyone. Moving on! I Say, Holmes from Victory Point Games. I backed this, designed by Alan Emmerich. I backed this a while ago and got it a while ago, and it's still in shrink. Story of my life. But it's for 3 to 8 players, which is probably why it's still in shrink, because if it was a card game for 2 to something players, see when I would have cracked it by now. Tragedy. We need a 3rd roommate, and it just takes too long to make a human to be that 3rd roommate. So if you want to move in, you can live in the apartment next door. We can just play board games all the time. It'd be great. Dixit. This actually has 2 editions of Dixit inside of it. I really do like Dixit. I actually really love the art of Dixit, and I have an art project in mind that I want to do with Dixit, and that might actually be the only reason I still have Dixit. So, because I don't know the last time I've played it. But Dixit is, I really like it, and I'm wondering if I can play like a modified version of Mysterium using Dixit cards. I think that would be interesting. So yes, I do still have a Dixit. Also, which I always was pronouncing Dixit. This is Lords of Iddick. I got this at Gen Con. This is another Gen Con purchase that is still in shrink. I don't know much about this game aside from the fact that It's got a lot going on. It's 3 to 5 players, which is why Steve and I haven't played it yet, and people tend to like it. It's one of those ones where I just have to set a time, a game day, and sit down and play it. Now that we have moved and our lives are potentially less chaotic, we have some people that have already expressed interest in being parts of regular game groups, so we're really hoping to be able to get through these games quickly. Memoir 44! This is Steve's, I got it for Steve's birthday. I got him a set from Chevy Dog. And yeah, Memoir 44 is a 2-player war game where you take on different sides in the conflict of 1944 between the Germans and the Allied soldiers. So this one is mostly about D-Day. The base game is mostly about D-Day on the Normandy beaches, which I've been to, which is really sad. So yes, I got this for Steve because I figured it would be a 2-player war game that I would play with him because I really love Days of Wonder stuff, and we ended up playing it, and yeah, I did enjoy it. So here's to hoping we get more of those games on to scratch Steve's war game itch. Speaking of board games, Risk. This is my copy of Risk. This is my copy of Risk from high school, probably, college, I don't know. But there are pictures, it's from high school. There are pictures of me and my friends playing this in the quad, just like on a sunny day in the middle of the quad at my college because I really loved Risk. And I didn't know why I loved Risk until I started playing way more board games, and I realized it's because I like strategy games. Not necessarily war games, just strategy games. So I still have my copy of Risk. I very much would like to get a board game vintage edition copy of Risk and then get rid of this one. But until then, I have this because every once in a while, girl just needs to play Risk. So that's it for this box. So much shorter than the mega box, which was yesterday's episode. If you have been enjoying these random videos and you're still watching me go through my entire collections and just trying to see if I cut myself with this knife, go ahead and give me a thumbs up because, you know, while recording these doesn't take a ton of effort, they're not exactly the most fun to edit when my computer's being special like it's currently being. Just saying. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you saw something that was interesting to you, in addition to shaming me about my still shrinked replica. And maybe felt better about yourself for having unshrinked games too, or shrunk games as well. But until tomorrow, see ya! Alright, well maybe I should just pause this and I was going to record something, but obviously... Hi Internet! I'm about to board a plane with Steve, who's right here, who won't get unframed because he doesn't like America. There we go. Hi Steve! Steve, pick a number between 1 and 20, but also it could include 1 or 20. So I guess technically between 0 and 21 because you always like to do that to me. Pick a number.
14.
You're gonna pick 14?
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on, I have to look up what 14 is. We looked it up, and the winner of the coinage game is Pad 92011. Woohoo! Congratulations! I will mail it when I'm back from this trip, which is not gonna be until next Tuesday. But congratulations, you won, and I will leave a comment on your thing. If you would email me at TheOneTAR@gmail.com and give me your address for shipping, I will do that, which I also need your name. Don't forget to give me your name, it's important. And yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for leaving a comment, everybody else, and I'm gonna get on a plane now. Bye!